Okay, so this is going to be a relatively short addition. All your code you've got now there pretty much stays the same. We're just adding into it now. So what we're going to do is we want to listen for if these movie clips, well, essentially the movie clips that we've created, are clicked upon, something happens. So I'm going to write a function before the add circle function. Obviously, do the same thing. And I'm going to call it, ultimately, it's going to remove circle. So I will just put remove circle. In brackets, again, I'm going to use the letter E. It's just shorthand. You can use whatever you want for that variable, as long as you use it consistently. I just like to keep it nice and shorthand. So, for example, if I use the word event instead, well, actually, you're not allowed to use the word event because it's a keyword. So if we call it my event, like that, and then after a colon, tell it that it's going to be listening for a mouse event. So mouse, drop down, mouse cursor, data, mouse event, press return. For me, I did. Add in a curly bracket, press return, put another one in for me. Then, if I wanted to refer to something like we did before with e.target, it would be my event.target. So you can see why I would use E instead of my event, because every time I want to refer to this, it's going to take me 6 times as many characters. So I'm going to change it back to E. So there you go. You know that you can make it more meaningful. So if it confuses you, you can make it easier for yourself by making these names more meaningful, although longer, so harder to type. So I've just changed that back to E. And then we're going to say E.target. Well, we're not going to say that yet. We just want to know that it's working. So we're going to put a trace in. And in speech marks, we're going to say clicked. All this does is it's going to give us some information back using the output window. Did we use the output window last week? We did, once or twice. We did it for the names of the animals. Then all I need to do is put the event listener for remove circle inside of add circle function. So I'm putting a line inside of that function. This is my boundary. Notice that you get this nice red line here as well that tells me that is the length of the function. This is the end. Everything goes inside it. I'm going to put C1. Actually, why am I typing it? Copy and paste. I already know that works. Add event listener. Instead of it being event enter frame, it's going to be mouse event. Get a drop down. I'm going to listen for click. It could be mouse down as well, I suppose. And instead of it being move circle, it's going to be remove circle. Oh, look at that. That's nice and quick, isn't it? So then I'll test it. And when I click on them, you'll notice in the bottom of the screen, just about, that clicked appears here. Then the next step is to make it remove it. So I know that it's going to work if I put the right code inside of this function because it's responding. It's responding when I click. So I'll just pause it there. Okay, so to finish that off, rather than having trace clicked, we need to refer to the display list where we added the circle. So when we added the circle, we used add child. And so common sense would say to get rid of it, what will we use? Remove what? But it's not as simple as that, because if I was to put in remove child, don't ask me why it's so easy to add them and not so easy to remove it. Someone thought of it that way. If I put remove child and then put e.target, you'd think, oh, that'll work. Oh, hang about. It's telling me off for. Yeah, so it's telling me off there. What I need to do is I need to say e.target. So I'm referring to the object. This is a lovely, wonderful, most eloquent way of doing it. I'm referring to the object that I want to target. Then I'm telling it I want to speak to its parent to remove the child. And then when they come on and I click on them, they disappear. So yeah, I suppose when you think about it in that logical terms, that if you wanted to remove a child, you would probably speak to their parent first. But it doesn't allow you to just drag them off kicking and screaming. So I suppose there's some social comparisons there. And so you just click them and they delete and they go away. However, one little other thing you need to be wary of, because the job's only half done there. If in the move circle, I'm just going to put a little trace in. I want to know what e.target.x is. So this is just going to spit out loads and loads of numbers. Loads of them. However, take it on my authority, because I imagine so many in there. What's actually going on is, whilst the clip is not there visibly, it's still being calculated for. So those numbers are still running. What I need to do is I need to remove the event listener or all the event listeners that are attached to that symbol. So where I've got C1 there, I will put e.target. So I'm basically taking that bit there. But it's logical to need to remove it. We've added it to start off with. And so where it says add event listener, I just change it to remove event listener. It's long-winded, verbose, strict even. But hopefully then when I test it, if I'm quick enough, you'll notice that the numbers stop as I delete the clip that comes on. But if I let them run across the screen, you'll see the numbers going. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, they all go. That's where I'll stop it.